Morning, everybody. Coffee time. I'm sleepless in Seattle today. So we're going to talk about real estate. Had a subscriber ask a question. It's a good question, and I've went over it a couple times. We're going to do it again. And that question is, should I build a house right now or should I wait? Okay, first off, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial professional. I'm just a dude with a bro hawking a dream. But let's get back to that. It's tough. When you're talking about building a home, you're talking about building a dream. And to say to be patient is not the answer. It's very hard to be patient when you want your dream. I know what it's like. I've had lots of dreams. I've got lots of dreams right now. I've accomplished some. I haven't accomplished others. I plan on accomplishing every single one of them in this lifetime. Here's the deal. The subscriber said, right now there's obviously supply shortages. Lumber has come down, which is great, but it's very hard to get appliances, and the dollar is decreasing in value. Let's nail this one. The dollar has been decreasing in value for a long time, 100 years. It's been losing purchasing power, okay? We are seeing a bout of high inflation, and it can get worse. But let me explain a couple things. Where there's craziness, there's always opportunity, right? The Chinese, I think it's the word crisis is the same word for opportunity. And the fact of the matter is when everything's hitting the fan and hyperinflation's happening, there's not going to be a whole lot of people buying material to go and build a house. Okay, they're going to care more about feeding their family than doing that. All right, so that's one thing. You're like, well, am I going to have the hyperinflated dollars to build something? Well, there is a couple things you can do. As this market is turning now, real estate is turning. There's more real estate flooding the market. It's going to get even, in my opinion, personal opinion, exponentially worse with properties hitting the market between forbearances, foreclosures, industries that are institutions like we're seeing right now that are going broke like Evergrande, and it's going to get worse. American firms are going to start liquidating real estate, especially as those real estate holdings are underperforming or non-performing when it comes to commercial real estate, mixed commercial residential. There's all kinds of stuff that's going to happen. So that will be an awesome time to buy a piece of property because nobody's going to want to buy lots because they're not building, right? Another thing that's happening right now is labor costs are huge because a lot of companies, our construction company, we're having a hard time getting unskilled laborers to help our skilled laborers. So because they're staying at home, because in our area, we tend to pay our guys a little bit more than average. Our unskilled laborers are getting $20 an hour when minimum wage is a lot less. But we want to pay a higher wage to be able to keep them working. And when you find a good employee, whether they're unskilled or skilled, you want to pay them well and take care of them because they're gold to you. And you should treat them like part of your family. But we have a small company. It's not that big, but we have the opportunity to be able to do that, right? But a lot of construction companies that pay their employees less than that, their unskilled laborers, they're not getting them because they might as well be on unemployment. And I get it. There's a lot of people are going, no, Ninja, unemployment benefits stopped. They actually didn't. The additional unemployment benefits have stopped, but the core unemployment's still there. And we're seeing it all over. I talk to business owners all over the place, and this is still a real estate video. Trust me, stick with me. This has to do with this. I'm talking to employers all the time in my area, and they're saying we're barely getting people to come in for to ask for applications, and then a lot of them are no-shows. And we've been asking them, we're ready for you to start right now. It's just come on in, let's do it. And they go, no, honestly, it's awkward, but I'm just doing this to keep up my unemployment. So the facts are there are a lot of people that are still staying outside of the labor force when it comes to the lower end wage jobs. Okay, and that's just that. And I'm not saying I blame them. It's just what it is. So in that aspect, it wouldn't be a good time to build a house, right? Because wages, the cost of building is up there. The facts are with the chip shortage, there's some appliances you're just not going to be able to get a hold of if you wanted to. Easy fix for that is just go buy cheap appliances that are sitting at your local home do-it center. But if it was me and I was going to build a house right now, I would be waiting because you want to start building, buying the land, picking up the materials during the greatest crisis. Now, if you can't wait to build, you've already got it going, you've got the permits pulled and stuff, then go for it. It's really one of those very difficult questions to answer. I'm okay with waiting. It's like I want a specific car. And right now, the car market's insane. It's not worth buying a car, but I'm going to wait. because I know that when all these chips hit the market, and they're going to, this isn't going to last forever, things are going to get real cheap because the market's going to get flooded again with cars because people are going to stop buying cars because they got too darn expensive. So I hope that gives you something to think about. This isn't a direct answer of should you build a home or not. It's one of those things just to think about the outside factors that happen. Land is going to get really, really cheap when the real estate market collapses. And when that happens, construction companies are going to have very little work because nobody's building homes. So if you're the only one building a home, there's a point where it's going to become very, very lucrative to build your own home. But right now, I just don't see that as being a good option unless you've got your dream property. You see, I've only got so much time on this earth. I want to enjoy it. Then I say go for it. But it's not financial advice. That's emotional. Like that's just logic. All right, guys, hope you got something out of this. I know it sort of goes back and forth, but I'm really trying to get people to think of the outside factors, not just giving an answer, because there's not one good answer for that question. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. The Economic Ninja is out.